The eyes of the world will be on Atlanta as we celebrate the 100th anniversary of the modern Olympic Games. Our mission is to conduct the Centennial Olympic Games with sensitivity, integrity, fiscal responsibility, and commitment to the needs of the athletes. To share with the world the spirit of America, the experience of the American South, and the vision of America. To leave a positive physical and spiritual legacy and an indelible mark upon Olympic history by staging the most memorable games ever. Security is a vital part of that mission. The Olympic security team hopes you will join in helping make the Centennial Olympic Games safe and successful for everyone. This course will help prepare you for your part in the 1996 Olympic Games as a member of the Olympic security team. You may be taking this course in a classroom, or you may be studying at home. Either way, you will follow the same steps. You'll be directed to watch segments of the video and complete the material in the workbook. It is important that you follow these directions. You need information from both the video and the workbook to contribute to the safety and success of the games. General information and demonstrations of correct procedures appear in the video. The workbook gives you additional information and greater detail. In order to become a part of the Olympic security team, you must complete all the training. You must also pass the short test included in your training package. Don't worry, if you complete the course as directed, you should have no problem passing the test. Right now, take a moment to turn to your workbook.
Being a part of the 1996 Centennial Olympic Games is incredibly exciting. Very few people realize just how much work goes into making these Olympic Games happen. Hello and welcome to the ACOG Olympic Security Training video. My name is Bill Rathburn. I'm the Director of Security for ACOG. The mission of the Olympic Security Force is to provide a safe environment for all Olympic constituents and to allow them to prepare for and enjoy the Games without concern for their personal safety or the security of their program. It's a tremendous undertaking. We need your help, and I am personally delighted to welcome you.
Billy Payne headed up the efforts of the team that brought the Games to Atlanta. He's the President and Chief Executive Officer of the Atlanta Committee for the Olympic Games, or ACOG. Second in command is A.D. Frazier Jr., who's in charge of putting it all together. Security comes under the general heading of Operations. This is directed by Morris Dillard. Bill Rathburn is responsible for security operations, just as he was in Los Angeles in 1984. Working directly with him are Larry Fetters, Deputy Director for Administration, W.J. Taylor, Deputy Director for Urban Venues, Gene Brown, Deputy Director for Suburban Venues, John Barber, Manager for Remote Venues and All Villages, and Linda Bell, Support Manager for Security. These are just a few of the people you'll be working with. Security for the Olympic Games is a tremendous, complex job, so teamwork is essential. That is, the ability to work together toward a common vision, and the energy that allows people to achieve incredible results. The Olympic security team is made up of a number of groups. First are the many volunteers like you who may or may not have a background in security or law enforcement. Private security professionals are also a part of the team, like our Olympic sponsor, Borg Warner. Law enforcement professionals from all over the world are participating. Some have local or regional jurisdiction. Others have a national or federal mission. The Olympic security team will also work closely with other national organizations when their areas of responsibility coincide with the Olympic mission. Teamwork doesn't just happen. It takes a personal commitment only you can make. To be there when needed, to do your best, to work with your teammates in Olympic security, to cooperate with other ACOG departments and law enforcement. There are hundreds of jobs that come under the umbrella of Olympic security, but no matter what assignment you have, your team will be there for support and assistance. And it's an opportunity for all of us to make a difference and to be a part of Olympic history. So how exactly do you fit into the picture? You are an intricate part of the ACOG chain of command. This is a line of responsibility that reaches directly from you and your supervisor to the security manager for your venue and ultimately to Billy Payne as ACOG CEO. Through your supervisor, you'll be able to call upon all the resources and information available to ACOG. Every Olympic venue will have a communications center, the focal point for operations and information. For example, every radio call made at a venue will be routed through there. It might be you calling for medical assistance for a spectator in distress, or a press coordinator calling for someone fluent in Mandarin Chinese. The communications center at your venue will have the latest information on all the thousands of details that go into making the games happen, information on every sport, team, and athlete. But beyond that, information on the movement of every piece of equipment, down to the last shipment of ice due on any given day. Your role will be to supply the communications center with vital day-to-day information. With your teammates, doing your part in making the 1996 Olympic Games a celebration and a success for everyone all over the world.
As security volunteers, you will be providing a vital public service. You will also be joining a highly professional team. You're going to be working with great people. The security team we've put together represents people from all walks of life, with all kinds of backgrounds. What unites us all is dedication. Dedication to the safety of all the participants and spectators at the 1996 Olympic Games. I am proud of this team, and I'm proud to have you join us. I hope that for you, the Olympic Games are an experience of a lifetime. Once again, welcome to the ACOG team.
Please turn to your workbook for more information on the Olympic security team and its components. The word security can mean different things to different people. You might think of some of the responsibilities of a police officer to observe, detect, and arrest. But a security officer for the Olympic Games is a private citizen, not a law enforcement officer. As a member of the Olympic security team, your responsibilities are slightly different. You will observe and detect, but not arrest. You will report to your supervisor and other ACOG departments and agencies. In volunteering for the Olympic security team, you are giving your valuable time to true public service, and serving the public is your primary job. What that means is customer service. As a security officer, you'll have responsibilities beyond customer service and providing information to the public. Every person who walks through the gates of an Olympic venue is a customer, and they expect to be treated the same way you would, as an individual, with courtesy and respect. And you will be the person they see, the person they'll ask, which way do I go? Where's the restroom? Where can I get something to drink? What's wrong with bringing in our cooler? So you'll have to be patient and polite. And keep in mind, each one of them will remember their interaction with you as part of their experience of the Centennial Olympic Games. When you arrive, you'll be thoroughly briefed on access and accreditation procedures. As a member of the Olympic security team, you'll have an accreditation badge. So do athletes and officials, members of the media, and ACOG staff. The accreditation badge tells you who the person is, what venues they can enter, and what zones or areas within the venue they can visit. Every day before you go to your assigned post, you'll get the latest information and instructions from your supervisor. This check-in at roll call will make sure you and your teammates are briefed and have everything you need on the job. You may be controlling access to the Olympic venues and using crowd management techniques. You and your teammates may be helping to protect ACOG assets and the safety of everyone at the Games. Your responsibilities will start well before the events begin. There are actually 5 phases to security at the Olympic Games. First, there's the preparation for all the events, which will involve bringing in supplies and equipment. Your first contact with Olympic visitors will be in the outer area of the venue. This will be where people are readied for entrance into the venue, where souvenir sales will begin, and where transportation shuttles will terminate. Then there is the period just before a particular event begins. Most security activity will occur at the outer perimeter of the venue, where authorized individuals will begin to enter. Ticket holders, athletes, officials, and the media will enter through their designated areas with either tickets or the proper accreditation. The inside perimeter will be the area where spectators head for their seats. Athletes go to locker rooms. Deliveries are received at the loading dock. Concessions will be sold, and where the media will prepare for its coverage. The next stage of activity will be the area of operations and support for the field of play at each venue. If assigned to this area, you will be working with ushers, sports marshals, judges, medical and technology personnel, and the media working the event. Finally, there's the field of play. This area will be limited to athletes, coaches, and officials. Accreditation badges will play an important role in keeping this zone free of unauthorized individuals. Part of preparation is setting up the incredible amount and variety of equipment required for the games. Some has been purchased by ACOG, some is donated by sponsors. Some, like the horses brought by the equestrian teams, may be entrusted to ACOG for the duration of the Olympic Games. However it came under ACOG's security umbrella, each piece of equipment is an asset. It's part of the security team's job to protect those assets from the time they arrive until the end of the Olympic Games. But people are ACOG's most valuable asset. They may be staff volunteers or a member of the Olympic family, which includes all national Olympic committees around the world and sports federation officials. An athlete, a spectator, a journalist, an Olympic sponsor. They are all guests, individual people for whose safety we are responsible. So one of the most important jobs security has is making sure that nothing is brought into a venue that would jeopardize anyone's safety. The first step is sanitizing each venue before the athletes even arrive by ensuring that it's clean. There's nothing in the venue we don't know about, nothing that shouldn't be there. This includes assisting in looking for explosive or incendiary devices. It also means making sure no hazardous conditions exist, which can be as simple as spilled water on a floor. Once the venues are sanitized or locked down, every vehicle, every delivery, and every person entering a venue must be checked. Vehicles, deliveries, and people must all be accredited to enter a venue. They must have a specific kind of authorization. Vehicles receive a permit and may have other documentation. Deliveries will take place on a schedule and are inspected to make absolutely sure they are what they seem. This is all part of the invisible side of Olympic security, all the work you do that the spectators never see, just like the training athletes do before they ever get to the games. Just before an event, people start to gather and crowd management becomes an important part of the job. For example, making sure people are in the right lines and have the right tickets for the day's events. For spectators, their ticket is their access. It'll be warm in Atlanta. Some people may be impatient. You'll be asked the same questions over and over again. Many visitors will not speak English. It'll be noisy and you may get tired of standing. This is the moment it might be hard for you to remember. The summer of 1996 should be a wonderful memory for all these visitors, and you'll be a part of their memories. It'll help you to know the answers to their questions, to know the layout of the venue and the day's schedule. It'll also help you to remember that each one of these people has personally invested a great deal to be a part of the Olympic Games, just like you. Their individual safety is security's responsibility. That's why we must ensure that no prohibited items enter an Olympic venue. This is the real purpose of the access control procedures and policies you'll follow. When you arrive for venue training, you'll be shown exactly what you'll need to do and how to do it. And your teammates and supervisor will be there to back you up as needed. And of course, you will encounter special situations. Extraordinary people will come to celebrate the Olympic Games. Access control for athletes, for example, requires an even higher level of care and courtesy. They're special people with special needs. So are the media and members of the Olympic family. The period during the actual events can be a busy one for security, but whenever you're on duty, you need to respond to whatever happens. You may need to call for assistance from language services to help a spectator who doesn't speak English. You may need to use the stress or crowd management techniques you'll learn. You will need to work with your team and all the officials and ACOG staff you come into contact with. The only way the Olympic Games can be safe and successful for everyone is for you to take your part personally and to remember that each participant has their own dream, their own reason to be here. We all tend to think that once the athletes, crowds, and officials and dignitaries have left, the show is over. But the silent times between events are one of the busiest times for everybody behind the scenes. Sports equipment will come in and go out. Concession stands will be restocked. The broadcast media will be moving their equipment. The public areas of the venue must be cleaned and all trash removed. The venue will be full of people doing their respective jobs, and they'll probably be working as hard and as fast as they can. But here your responsibility is critical to making sure that nothing comes in or goes out that isn't authorized or accredited. Be aware that the period between events is a time of vulnerability. Follow the policies and procedures you'll learn, and use your common sense. Your personal initiative can help resolve situations before they become problems. Anytime you notice something odd, something that doesn't seem right to you, you should call on your supervisor or on law enforcement. This is also true during the time when the games are wrapping up. This period is a critical part of making the Olympic Games a success. Every piece of equipment must be accounted for, so asset protection is a big responsibility. We have an obligation to do more than just break even. Every last penny of profit goes toward funding future Olympic Games. When Atlanta was announced as the site of the 1996 Games, we made some promises: to conduct the Games with fiscal integrity, to leave a positive physical legacy. Your efforts as a member of the Olympic security team play a big part in making those promises come true. Please turn to your workbook for more information on the scope and phases of security at the Olympic Games. You are about to see 6 scenes that will show you what to do and how to do it. Please remember that it is critical that you follow the procedures and policies. Now let's meet the security officers who will be your guides during this part of the course.
Okay, that's it for roll call. Now, Kelly and I have gone over the basics with you. What we'd like you to do is to introduce yourselves, and then we'll walk through the procedures.
Okay, Morris, but you guys will be around.
Oh, absolutely. And remember, you need to come back here after your shift so we can debrief and go over anything that's cropped up or any questions you might have, okay? Now, don't hesitate to call on us when you're out there, all right? Morris and I will be back to you as soon as possible.
Okay, Kelly.
Well, I guess we better get started. Hi, I'm Denise with security.
And I'm Frank, also with security.
Hi, I'm Mila with security. That's short for Milagros.
And I'm Brian, which isn't short for anything.
You two.
Hey, first things first.
Absolutely.
Welcome. Now, the uniforms we're wearing aren't exactly what you'll be getting, but it does give you an idea.
And there are a few things you need to know about the uniform. Like you have to wear it on the job, number 1.
Actually, I wasn't really expecting to wear a uniform when I first volunteered.
Or that it had to be cleaned and pressed. Not my strong point.
But it is important, just like wearing your badge.
The uniform lets people know you're with security, so it's good to have it looking sharp.
And it helps you as much as it does the people you'll be assisting.
Which reminds me, it helps to be aware of what your body language is saying, too. A lot of these folks aren't from the U.S., so they might not see things the same way we do.
And some people may find this very rude.
Even simple gestures can be viewed as offensive to many different cultures.
So keep in mind that your body language is very important, because what we mean might not be what they mean.
But enough of that. We've got a lot of ground to cover. Now, one other thing to remember, though.
Don't carry or wear anything you don't want to lose, or there could be a safety hazard.
Like an expensive purse or jewelry or dangling earrings that might get caught in something.
Right. Now let's get started.
Let's review some of the key points we've covered so far. First, a uniform must be worn at all times. It needs to be clean and pressed. Next, be aware of the body language you demonstrate. Many simple gestures can be interpreted as offensive by some cultures. Also, don't wear or carry items that can be lost, like jewelry or a purse. Avoid bringing items that could cause a safety hazard. Now let's rejoin our team. Thank you for attending today's gymnastics events.
Pardon, s'il vous plaît. Est-ce que vous pouvez nous indiquer où l'on pourrait acheter des épinglettes olympiques?
Oh, I'm sorry, sir, but I don't understand you. Do you speak English? Spanish? ¿Hablas español?
Non, non, je parle pas espagnol, je suis français. Ce que je voudrais, c'est acheter des épinglettes olympiques.
Oh, I see. You want to buy pins, souvenirs?
Oui, c'est ça, des épinglettes olympiques de gymnastique pour un cousin.
Okay. The concessions are up past the restrooms on your right. You see?
Là-bas?
That's it.
D'accord, merci.
Okay, sir, you got it. Communication is an important part of your job. For more information about uniforms, demeanor, and communication skills, please turn to your workbook.
Man, this is the slowest line. It is way too hot for this.
Can I see your delivery slip, sir?
Hold on. Here you go. Man, you guys are something else. You make everybody go through this?
I'm sorry, sir. I'm doing my best to get everybody through, but you know how it is. Sometimes it just takes what it takes. Bear with me here. I need to double check my delivery schedule.
Wait a minute! I just spent all this time online here, and now you're saying you've got to double check?
Excuse me, sir?
What I just said! I get here, I go where they told me at the plant. They told me, piece of cake, this here is a pre-sealed delivery. One of your guys down at the plant gives me my delivery papers, says no problem, the security seal's already on the truck. Just go to this external sanitization spot, whatever that's supposed to be, okay? And here I am. I'm waiting, it's hot, and now you say you've got to double check?
Look, sir, I'm sorry for the delay, really. And I know it's even worse when you're sitting there in the sun. But here's the problem, okay? I see the security seal, that's great. And I see where they've given you your personal accreditation and the vehicle permit. So all that's fine, that's just right. Even though I'm sorry you had to wait. But now I got a problem. It shouldn't take long. It's just that I'm not showing your load on my delivery schedule for this shift. So I need to make a call and get it checked out. It shouldn't take long, and I'll do the best that I can to get you through as soon as I can. So just bear with me a couple minutes, sir. A little patience, and we'll have you on your way.
Right. Okay. It's just, you know, I'm getting way behind schedule. But hey, it happens, you know. It's just way too hot for real life.
I hear you. Some days. Look, maybe you can pull up over there in the shade. There's a little bit of shade there, and my partner will get you straightened out, and we'll get you on your way.
Okay.
A tremendous number of deliveries and service people will be flowing in throughout the games. As you've seen, some vendors will be authorized to sanitize and seal their own vehicles. But all the vehicles entering a venue must meet the same criteria. The vehicle needs to have been inspected. It must have a vehicle permit. The delivery needs to be pre-scheduled, and the driver must be accredited. There are simply no exceptions. The policies and procedures that the Olympic security team follows ensures that everyone enjoys the Olympic Games in safety. We've got more information on asset protection for the Olympic Games in your workbook. Why don't you take a few minutes to look it over?
I hate the smell of fresh paint. It always gives me a headache.
Denise, I don't think that's paint you smell. Look at that.
Oh, you're probably right, and it's that stuff right there.
It's paint thinner. And it sure shouldn't have been left here. That stuff's flammable. And so are these rags.
Well, I'll get these rags out of here. But you know, Brian, this reminds me of that fire triangle, and I get real nervous. Hey, what about that paint thinner?
What we probably need to do is write a report on this, and then report it to maintenance. But I'll check with Kelly. But you are right, this floor is covered with paint thinner, and it's really slick. Hey, could you grab one of those wet floor signs, Denise, and place it over this in the meantime? I'll get rid of these cans. They'll probably want us to seal off this area till they can get to it, but I'll put it all in the report.
Hey, can I see that?
Sure, here you go.
That was a brief example of a risk management situation, but let's look at what we've learned. First, we must be alert at all times. Security problems can arise from anywhere. Second, report all problems to the proper departments. Finally, fill out the report forms correctly after the incident requiring security intervention. Here's another chance for you to practice your observation skills. You'll be asked to fill out a security incident report form after you watch this next scene.
Oh, excuse me, Phyllis. Could you slow down just a second? I need to check the paperwork on that equipment.
Hey, no problem. We're with logistics. We're just taking this back.
Well, look, I'm still going to have to check the tags on that equipment, so hold on for just a second. I'll be through this in just a minute.
Hey, man, I'm not waiting for this.
Look, no problem. He's just going to check the tag numbers. Hold on.
Here we go. First thing, can I see the property transfer slip on this stuff?
Hey, man, I just told you, we're with logistics. We're just taking this back. You know, doing what the boss says.
I'm sorry, but I can't let you through here without checking the property transfer slip and those equipment tags.
Hey, my boss says to me, take this over there. That's what I'm doing. He doesn't tell me anything else. He doesn't say anything about tags or transfer slips or stop to chat with anybody who wants to know. So I got to get this to where it's supposed to be, okay?
I apologize for the delay, sir, but I'm still gonna have to check those tags and every... Hey, wait a minute. Where are you going? Hey,
wait.
You!
You don't want to get in trouble, do you?
Hey, stop, you! Help! I need law enforcement over here. Police!
This is Kelly at Post 7. We need law enforcement here, please. Over. What exactly?
Two white guys. They ran off that way. One of them had a cartload of computer stuff.
Okay, we have an apparent theft here. 2 white males running off towards Centennial Park, headed east. One has a computer cart with computer equipment on it. Over.
They're both wearing blue jeans and I think dark shirts.
Okay, one more thing. They were wearing blue jeans and dark shirts. Over. Okay. All right, clear. All right, Brian, they're going to send over law enforcement, and I want you to try to get everything straight in your mind. They're going to need to talk to you, okay? All right, now find somebody to cover the gate for you.
Okay. Kelly, it was unbelievable. I couldn't have stopped those 2 guys. I thought one of them was going to punch me out.
No, you did the right thing, okay? Just calm down and try to remember everything that you can about the incident, okay? Write down everything you noticed about the 2 men, what was on the cart, and anything else you can remember. And law enforcement is going to be here in a second, okay? All right.
Great, I think that's it. But if you remember anything else, just let your supervisor know. And Brian, you gave us a lot of good information. Good detail. We should be able to track down these guys.
Now it's your turn to fill out a security incident report form. You'll find one in the back of your workbook with additional information.
Folks, if you have any keys in your pocket, please take them out before you come through and just put them on the table. Thank you very much. Enjoy the Olympic Games.
Yes, ma'am. Could you take off your pouch, please, and open it up for me and place it on the table? Okay. Could you open it up for me? Okay, hold on. Okay, great. Could you make sure you zip that up for me, please? Thank you. Yes, sir. Your backpack as well. That's right. Could you open it up for me, please? You're okay, ma'am.
Hi, thanks for coming. Oh, sir, do you have keys in your pocket?
No, I sure don't.
No, sir, I'm sorry. Will you step right over there?
Sure.
It'll only take a moment. Thank you.
Sir, would you stand with your feet shoulder width apart and raise your arms, please? A little bit higher. Perfect. Yeah, I know you're going to have a good time out there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, perfect date for the games, don't you think?
Oh, yes. Nice and warm.
Nice and warm. Okay. Oh, it must have been your belt buckle. Thank you. Thanks for joining us at the games.
Uh-huh.
Sir, can you tell me where Section B is?
Section B. No, ma'am, I can't tell you right offhand, but if you don't mind waiting just a second, I can get that information for you.
Okay, thank you.
Access control is one of the most important jobs in security. The object is to make sure that an unauthorized person does not enter the venue. For spectators, that means they must have the proper ticket for the event. For others, like members of the Olympic family or the media, it means they must have the proper accreditation, a badge that allows them access to that venue or zones within the venue. We also have to make sure that no one carries in an item that's prohibited. Some people will bring prohibited items out of thoughtlessness, not with any idea of doing harm. They just didn't read their information packet carefully. We're responsible for the safety of every person who walks into a venue. So don't ever hesitate to call on your supervisor if something seems odd to you or if you're just not sure how to deal with the situation. The magnetometer will pick up any small metal item a person may be carrying, like change, keys, or a pocket knife. It beeps when it detects something, but keep your eyes on the indicator light. With all the people and activity going on, the access gates will be very noisy. The wands are also metal detectors, but more sensitive and area-specific than the magnetometer. It's important to follow the same procedure. Move the wand around the person's silhouette, then the front and the back. Never touch a person's body with the wand, and keep your eyes on the wand's indicator light. That way, you'll know that it's your wand that's gone off. Of course, you'll need to find out what set off your wand. If it's not obvious, like a belt buckle, for example, simply ask the spectator if they may be carrying something metallic and ask them to remove it. Then re-wand that area. Remember, the people going through access control have made a real effort to be here. Like the athletes, they have a dream, to be a part of the Centennial Olympic Games. They want to be treated just the way you would, and to enjoy themselves and the whole event.
Good morning, ma'am. Would you set your bag on the table, please?
Sure, just a second. Stay with Daddy.
Thank you.
Ma'am, would you like to go through first or send your son?
Jonathan, walk this for Mommy.
Sir, would you mind going around here to Brian? We'll get you through in just a minute.
Frank, I didn't check the pouch on the back.
Okay. Brian, would you make sure you check the pouch on the back?
Okay. Hi, how are you, sir? Need to check your pouch, please, if I could. Okay, sir. Could you raise your arms up for me from the shoulders? Okay, thank you. Okay, perfect. Now, sir, could you lean forward just a little bit? I'm just going to check underneath, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir. Enjoy the event.
Maybe you'd like to review a few of the points we've covered so far. First, everyone must have a ticket or the proper accreditation to enter a venue. Second, everyone will enter through access control. Finally, all individuals entering a venue will need to have their property inspected. The policies and procedures you follow are for everybody's safety. This actually makes your job easier because there isn't any room for argument. It's very helpful to remember that you shouldn't take what happens on the job personally. Here's a situation where Mila forgets that.
Sir? Excuse me, sir.
What's the matter?
I'm sorry, sir, but it's not in our policy to allow alcoholic beverages in our venue.
What?
So, I'm sorry, sir, but it's not in our policy to allow alcoholic beverages in our venue. Now, you can dispose of it properly, or you can take it back to your...
Hey, what's your problem?
I'm sorry, sir, but you can't go into the venue carrying alcohol in your bag. It's not our policy.
Your policy. It's my personal property.
I'm sorry,
Get
sir.
your hands off my bag.
I said you can't go into the venue carrying alcoholic beverages. Now, you can either throw the beer out or you can take it back to your car. I don't care which.
You don't talk to me like that.
I am sorry. You can't go into the venue. You're not going to go into the venue carrying alcoholic beverages. Now, either throw it out or get out of here. What have I done? I lost control. I knew better. I was trained better. Oh, I wish I could just do it all over again.
So let's look at how Mila could have handled this situation better.
Hey, what's your problem?
I'm sorry, sir, but it's against our policy to allow alcoholic beverages in our venue. Now, you can dispose of it properly or you can take it back to your car, but I can't let you in the venue with alcohol.
Your policy is my personal property.
I'm sorry, but I can't change our policy, and you're holding up people, so if you just wait here, my supervisor will be on her way, okay?
Thanks, sir. I'm Kelly with security. Can I help you?
Mila kept her cool and correctly assessed the situation. She could tell she wasn't getting through to this man and needed some assistance. But by staying calm, she kept control of the situation. Now please turn to your workbook for additional information on access control and the ACOG dialogue.
Folks, the line's right over here, moving right along over to the left.
Excuse me, is freestyle wrestling the next event?
Yes, sir, that's right. The next event is freestyle wrestling. Just keep over here to the left. You'll see the shortest line.
Excuse me, are there restrooms like before you get in the venue?
No, ma'am. There'll be restrooms once you get inside the venue. They'll be inside on the right. Sir, you'll want to move over here to the right. These lines are starting to move a little faster now.
Are there any concession stands inside?
Yes, ma'am. There are concession stands inside the venue. They'll be just on the right, just past the restrooms.
Excuse me, can you tell me, when we come out of the event, where do we need to go?
Once the event's over, you'll want to exit out the door and move to the buses. There'll be personnel there to direct you. Over this way, ma'am. Thank you. And please watch your personal belongings.
Are there going to be enough buses for all of us?
Yes, ma'am. There'll be plenty of buses. This way, sir. These lines are moving also. Ladies and gentlemen, we're getting a little backed up here now. Excuse me, sir. Could you move over to the right here? These lines are starting to move a little faster.
Hi, sir. May I see your ticket? Thank you.
Am I in the right place?
Yes, you're in the right place. The line shouldn't be too long. Ma'am, may I check your ticket, please? Thank you.
Where are the restrooms?
The restrooms are just to your left as you get inside the venue. Thank you.
It sure is hot.
Yes, sir, it is hot. There are refreshment concession stands on the left once you get inside the venue down by the restrooms. Ma'am, I need to check your ticket and make sure it's for today's event. Thank you.
Thank you.
No problem, ma'am, and thanks for joining us at the Omni. Sir, I'm sorry, this ticket is not for this morning's event. This is for this afternoon.
You're kidding. It's not for both events?
No, the ticket does not cover both events. I'll tell you what, if you'd like to check with the ticket booth, you may be able to get tickets for this morning.
Notice how Brian keeps his eyes on which lines are moving the fastest and switches his directions to keep the crowd flowing. He's using his whole arm to gesture too, so not every spectator has to stop and ask which way to go. Kelly is making sure no one will hold up the line with the wrong ticket or no ticket at all. Both she and Brian have made sure they know the answers to the questions they'll be asked most often. This helps keep the crowd flowing smoothly, both here and inside the venue. Now let's join our team in another example of crowd management procedures.
What? Offsides? Oh, I can't believe it.
Of course he was offside, you fool. Anyone could see that. No, you can see that, man.
Everything against us.
Cheating. That's what it is. It's cheating. No, man, there's no cheating going on. Open your eyes,
something about
man.
this. Sorry, folks. I'm Frank with security. Just bear with me now. We'll get this taken care of in just a minute. Gentlemen.
That's a good call, man. The team, he was offside.
Gentlemen, I'm Frank with security. Gentlemen, please, please. I'm Frank with security. How may I help you?
This referee, he calls everything against us. Everyone can see that.
No, everyone cannot see that. The ring was offside, the goal was not
Sir,
It wasn't here.
Sir, please, just bear with me here. Can I have a word? Please step out on the aisle. You too, sir. Thank you. I know it's exciting, gentlemen, but please bear with us, okay? Everyone else has a right to enjoy the games, too. All right? Now, if you'll just take it easy, all these other people can enjoy the games. You can enjoy the games. Sir, so just have a seat. You too, sir. I'll be right over here in case you need me. Okay? Thank you very much. Enjoy the Olympic Games now. The key is to assess the situation and handle it in a calm manner. Call for assistance when necessary. Now, here's another example of crowd management.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. If you'll step this way, additional security officers will be waiting to direct you to the buses. Thank you very much. Thank you. This way, please.
This is Pete at Post 19, calling Kelly at exit gate 3.
This is Kelly.
The event is over. We have crowds heading your way. Over.
Okay, thanks, Pete. Clear. All right, guys, they're leaving now, so let's just keep them moving. Although there are crowds during the Olympic Games, people usually don't arrive at the event at the same time. But when they leave all at once. And security needs to help them with that, particularly if there's an event coming up, because all the people in the venue need to get out before the next group of spectators can come in. Now, ushers will get the people out of the stands, but then it's your job to help direct them toward the gates and out to transportation. The trick is to keep people moving smoothly and treat them courteously. Now, if you'll turn in your workbook, you'll find more information on crowd management before, during, and after an event.
After the excitement of the events is over, security still has a critical role to play, protecting ACOG's assets. Every piece of equipment that came into a venue must be accounted for. Every chair, scoreboard, computer, telephone. That means someone has to check every tag number, serial number, inventory sheet, property transfer slip. Tedious? Maybe, but essential. The Olympic Games are a big undertaking with big expenses. And part of the Olympic mission is to cover those expenses and to contribute towards making the next Olympic Games a reality. This wrap-up period is when the security team works closely with other ACOG departments, logistics, administration, and risk management. Also, we work closely with law enforcement.
So pay attention to what's going on around you, and don't get impatient with details. Everything you do is part of a safe and successful Olympic Games. Now please turn to your workbook for additional information on closing a venue.
Hi, I'm Willie Boyden, Venue Security Manager for boxing at the 1996 Centennial Games. Security for the athletes at the Olympic Games has really changed since the '72 Games in Munich, where I was a member of the American handball team. As a former Olympian and a venue security manager, I have a unique perspective on how athlete security will be handled during the '96 Games. Athlete safety is one of the top priorities for the '96 Olympic Games. Every possible step will be taken to ensure the safety and protection of every athlete. Security will be at the airport when they arrive, and buses and cars when they travel from one venue to another, at the practice fields, at warm-up sites, at the fields of play, and at the Olympic villages. One way to picture security at the Olympic Games is to think of a small community covered by a transparent dome. As long as the athletes are inside the community, ACOG security will be there. If they leave the community and go outside the dome, their security and protection will be in the hands of local and state law enforcement agencies. To the best of our ability, security will intrude as little as possible. We will be there, but whenever possible, the athletes won't be aware we are there. I am proud you are joining me and all the people working for Olympic security for what will certainly be the best Olympic Games ever.
Access into the venues for spectators will require a ticket. For athletes, Olympic family members, sponsors, and the media, their access will depend upon their accreditation badges. These badges will provide security with information on if a person can enter the venue or village and where each individual can go once they enter. Individuals with accreditation badges will enter through special access points at the venues and the Olympic villages.
Hi, I'm Mara Kegi, ACOG Competition Manager for Olympic Rowing. When I competed in Olympic rowing during the 1988 Games in Seoul, my entire focus was on my individual competition. All I wanted to be concerned with was competing at the highest level I could. Most athletes during the 1996 Centennial Olympic Games will be feeling the same way. One of the most important security issues with athletes is proper accreditation. The accreditation badges that will be issued during the 1996 Olympic Games will be unique to each individual wearing them. The badges will clearly identify the person and the specific zones they will be allowed to enter. As a member of the Olympic Security Force, you will be required to clear individuals with accreditation badges for entrance into the different venues and Olympic villages. For athletes, coaches, and officials, prominently displaying their accreditation badges may be the last thing on their minds before competition. Keep this in mind when working with these individuals at access points at the different venues and villages. Politely asking for accreditation badges may be all it takes. As in athletic competition, teamwork will be the key to success. Now please turn to your workbook for more information on Olympic athlete security.
During the 1996 Centennial Olympic Games, there will be a total of 9 different Olympic villages across the Southeast, and security for these will be one of our top priorities. The Olympic Village in Atlanta is a city within a city. Thousands of people will work, sleep, play, eat, and visit here during the course of the Games. Like the other 8 Olympic villages, this venue will operate 24 hours a day.
Hi, I'm Willie Banks, Program Director for Athlete Services for the Olympic Village. As an Olympian in the triple jump competition in the '84 and '88 Olympic Games, I knew I'd be competing against some of the best athletes in the world. But attending those Olympic Games also allowed me the opportunity to live in the Olympic Village with athletes from all over the world, experiencing their languages and cultures. The village is much more than lodging for the athletes. It is a vital part of the celebration of all that the Olympic Games stand for: international cooperation and competition, individual excellence, and teamwork. There'll be an extraordinary amount of activity at the village. Official ceremonies will take place almost daily, welcoming athletes and their teams, members of the International Olympic Committee, international dignitaries, diplomats, sponsors of the Olympics, American officials, and other VIPs. Members of the press and broadcast media will be covering these ceremonies and the village itself. Of course, ACOG officials and staff will be hosting all of these events. Security at all of the Olympic villages is critical. The villages are really about the spirit of the Olympic Games and the celebration of peaceful international competition. This will depend on all of us doing our part. Together, through teamwork and a commitment to personal excellence, we can make the Olympic villages a wonderful place for everyone to enjoy.
Security at all the Olympic villages will be priority one, and access control will be the key. ACOG has invested heavily in the best technology has to offer. Access points into the villages will use a combination of microwave fences, magnetometers, wands, radio frequency badges, barcode readers, X-ray machines, and hand geometry. There are two things to keep in mind. First, that security is in everyone's best interest. Second, that everyone deserves the most courteous treatment you could give them. Like any other venue, the Olympic villages will be divided into zones. The inner core of each village, referred to as the residential zone, is the area containing the athletes' living space. Now please turn to your workbook for more information on the Olympic villages.
Hello, I'm Vivi Bach, Deputy Director of Olympic Family and Protocol at ACOG. Millions of visitors are expected to attend the 1996 Olympic Games as part of the Olympic family. But for us, the term Olympic family refers to a special group of honored guests. These honored guests are the men and women who serve as members of the International Olympic Committee, National Olympic Committees, and international sports federations. Without their efforts, there could be no Olympic Games. Other honored guests of the Olympic family include heads of state, members of royal families, and diplomatic representatives from countries on every continent. Their support to the athletes of their countries and the cooperation with members of the Olympic family paved the way to the 1996 Centennial Olympic Games. Because many of the honored guests are recognizable by the general public and will be participating in official Olympic activities, they need to be protected from disruptions and distractions. We are relying on you to help make this happen. You will have many other people helping you. Media services will assist with the press. Protocol will assist you with people from other cultures. Language services will help you with non-English speaking guests. Accreditation will be there to answer questions about badges and day passes. Your supervisor and the people at the Communications Center will help you reach these or any other people you need. In any situation, you can call upon ACOG's resources.
Hello, I'm Linda Bell, Support Manager for ACOG Security. ACOG Security will help our honored guest by designating one hotel in the center of the Olympic ring as the official headquarters for the International Olympic Committee. The IOC Hotel will be the site of many meetings, parties, and receptions, beginning prior to and continuing during the Olympic Games. The events at the IOC Hotel are news, and so are many of the guests, so you can expect to be working with the media. And there are other special considerations. Some of these special guests will have personal security or be escorted by law enforcement groups like the U.S. Secret Service. One of your responsibilities will be to cooperate with these agencies and, when necessary, follow their direction. At the same time, you have to remember, as a member of the ACOG security team, your job is not law enforcement. You should, however, call on them for assistance when you need it. Security's goal is for everyone to enjoy the Olympic Games, and that's why it's so important to be polite but firm and follow the policies and procedures you learn. Thank you for investing your time by volunteering to be a security officer at the 1996 Olympic Games. By the time you are assigned a security post, we will also have made a big investment in you. You are part of our team because we're confident that you can do the work and do it well. We're depending on you to do your very best. It is my hope that every guest, volunteer, and visitor to the Centennial Games leaves with the very best impression of Atlanta, the American South, and the United States. With your personal commitment, we will be sure to make a positive and lasting impression on all of our guests.
We've all watched Olympic coverage on television, but few of us have ever stopped to think what a staggering job it is to get those moments on the air, to broadcast to millions of people around the globe. Television coverage is as close as most people will ever get to the Olympic Games. It's extremely important for us to make sure people everywhere can share all the unforgettable moments of the 1996 Olympics. Along with members of the Atlanta Olympic Broadcasting Division of ACOG, or AOB for short, you will be working with television crews at each and every venue. The footage captured will feed into the International Broadcast Center, the IBC, in the heart of the Olympic ring. From there, it will be transmitted by satellite to the entire world, day and night, throughout the Games. It's a specialized job, and one that requires extraordinary cooperation and consideration from the security team. This will not be easy. The demands of a broadcast crew may sometimes seem to conflict with the demands of your job as a security officer. Each moment at the Games is irreplaceable, and broadcasters are under incredible time pressure to get the coverage they need. They are typically always in a hurry. Also, much of their equipment is highly sophisticated and requires special handling, like cameras and videotape. This will be an additional factor at access control. At the IBC, sanitization will be an additional concern. An operation like a broadcast network needs an unbelievable volume of equipment and supplies. There are 500,000 square feet of space in the IBC, and every inch will be used. And as a group, NBC and the European and Japanese networks have certain unique rights. They have collectively given millions of dollars to ACOG for the exclusive rights to Olympic broadcast coverage. This money helps fund the Olympic Games, not only in 1996, but in the future. And even at access gates specifically designated for broadcast press and the media, you need to check accreditation carefully. Whatever the situation, it's your attitude and your skills with people that will make the difference, because the policies and procedures you follow as a security officer are not at your discretion. Keep in mind that the broadcasters truly have a vital job to do. They are partners in making the 1996 Olympic Games a worldwide success. Television may be the first thing that comes to mind when we think of the media, but the Olympic Games will be covered by members of the press from hundreds of countries. Their base of operations will be the Main Press Center, or MPC. Like the IBC, it's a 24-hour-a-day operation located in the Olympic ring. Approximately 5,000 rights-holding journalists will be using the MPC. These journalists may not need as much equipment as a television crew, but their mission is possibly even more time-sensitive because they compete among themselves for the best coverage first. Many have deadlines in time zones far from our own. Their equipment also requires special handling. Not only will photojournalists be coming through access control with film in their cameras, they will also be sending couriers with their film to the Main Press Center for processing. None of this can be X-rayed, so you'll need to follow the security procedures for checking cameras and film very carefully. Please turn to your workbook for more information on these special security functions.
We've covered a great deal of information so far. Security for the 1996 Centennial Olympic Games is a big job, one that involves probably more than you ever thought possible. Some of the many areas we've touched on are attire, communication skills, people skills, asset protection and sanitization, observation skills, risk management and report writing, access control, and some special access requirements you may have, crowd management, how to close down a venue, accreditation for coaches, athletes, and officials, the special security of the Olympic villages, security for the Olympic family, dignitaries and the IOC hotel, and security for the IBC, the MPC, and the media. And now you have an opportunity to apply some of the skills you've learned. Morris?
You'll be shown 3 separate scenarios featuring members of our Olympic security team. You'll be asked to watch each event and pause the video in order to write down how you handled the situation. Once you've written down your response, return to the video and see how we handled it. If you've got your paper and pencil ready, let's watch scene 1.
What should I do? Hi, what's your name?
Judy.
Hi, Judy. My name is Denise, and I'm with security. Are you lost?
Yeah.
Listen, don't worry. We'll find your family for you. Can you tell me your last name?
Corey.
Judy Corey, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna get someone over here with the radio so we can find your family. Now tell me, did you come with your mom and dad?
Yeah.
Now, what did you guys come to see?
The gymnastics.
Okay, very good. Now, I'm going to get someone over here, but I need you to tell me one more thing. What is your mom and dad's first name?
Diane and Joe, and my brother's name is Daniel.
Okay, well, that should help us find them. Don't you worry. I'm going to get that police officer over here so we can find your family for you, okay?
Okay.
Good morning. May I check your ticket, please?
My cousin's back there. He's got my ticket. Can I just go through and wait for him just inside?
What should I do? Sir, if you'll please stand here to the side. When your cousin gets up here, I'll be able to let you both through.
Great. It's going to rain. This crowd has already stood through one shower. We've got to get them in before it rains again. What should I do? Kelly, this is Brian at the main gate. I need to let you know the weather's turning kind of bad out here. How much longer before we can open up the gates?
Brian, it'll be just a little longer. Tell them to be patient for a few more minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be opening up the gates in a few more minutes. I'm sorry you've had to wait. We'll get you inside just as soon as we can. Thanks for being patient. Now, folks, if some of you will step over this way, like I said, we'll try to get you in just as soon as we can, just as soon as possible. Once again, I apologize and thank you for your understanding. As you follow this course, you've seen and learned a great deal about how security works at the Olympic Games. You've learned how to deal with almost every conceivable situation and how to do it confidently with patience, good humor, and most importantly, enthusiasm.
Today has been real, and you did great.
Yeah, you guys are the A-team. We'll catch you later, okay?
Too much.
I know. I've had a blast, and I'm really gonna miss you guys.
I know, it's funny.
What's funny?
Well, I was expecting it to be pretty exciting to be here, you know, even though I knew security work wasn't exactly a picnic. But I really had a good time with you.
I love it. Well, we'll see you
at the Olympic Games.
Because being a part of the Olympic Games is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, it's a thrill and an honor and an extraordinary event for everyone. And you can be a vital part of it all. The Olympic security team helps make everyone's Olympic dreams come true. And together, as a team, we're as strong, versatile, and as dedicated as the athletes who will compete here in 1996. So be a part of it and help us all make the Centennial Olympic Games the safest games ever. Finally, please turn to your workbook for some more general information and instructions on taking your security test.